I realized the voice outside my door belonged to someone who was 20 miles away. There's a specific kind of silence that only exists in a house that's supposed to be full of people. It's heavy, oppressive, and for someone like me, it's terrifying. I stay on the top floor of this house. Because of my physical disabilities, I use a walking stick to move around, and speaking loudly is often a struggle for me. I'm used to being the quiet one while the house lives loudly around me. But yesterday, the noise stopped. The family went out for a movie. The grandmother was admitted to a hospital across town. For the first time in months, I was completely alone. I was trying to focus on my work, trying not to let the silence get to me, when I heard it. A voice right outside my bedroom door. Mole? It was an elderly woman's voice, soft, familiar. In Malayalam, Mole is what you call a daughter, a young girl. It was unmistakably the grandmother's voice. My first thought was that they had come back early, but then I remembered something that made my stomach tighten. She almost never comes upstairs. Her knees are worse than mine. I grabbed my walking stick, limped to the door, and pulled it open. Nothing. The hallway was a vacuum of silence. No footsteps, no movement, no shadow turning a corner. Just empty space. I stood there longer than I should have, listening to absolutely nothing. I tried to convince myself I had misheard it, but my stomach wouldn't agree. I went back inside and shut the door. A few minutes passed. Then I heard it again. Mole. This time, the voice came from the utility area near the terrace, further away. I tried to call out, but my voice failed me like it always does when I panic. A new thought entered my head. What if the grandmother had come home and fallen? I didn't think, I just reacted. I stepped out and started moving toward the terrace, squinting against the harsh afternoon sunlight pouring in. Every step with the stick echoed louder than usual. I reached the terrace. Empty. Completely empty. And then a violent crash exploded from downstairs. It sounded like glass shattering across tile. The sound was so loud it vibrated through the floor and into my legs. I didn't investigate. I don't know why, but every instinct told me to get back into my room, fast. I went inside, locked the door, and my hands were shaking as I texted the landlord's wife. I asked if they had come back. Her reply came almost immediately. No, we're still at the hospital. The house is locked. I read that message 3 times. If the house was locked, who did I just follow to the terrace? And then it spoke again. This time, it wasn't from the terrace. It wasn't from downstairs. It was right outside my bedroom door, so close I could hear breathing. Mole! The voice was identical, but something was horribly wrong. There was no emotion in it, no warmth, no life. It sounded like a perfect recording being played back through a broken speaker. A flawless, mechanical mimicry. I sat on my bed, clutching my walking stick so tightly my hand hurt, staring at the door, realizing something that made my skin go cold. If I hadn't locked that door, I would be standing face to face with whatever was pretending to be her. I didn't move. I didn't make a sound. And eventually, the voice stopped. When the family finally returned that evening, they found a wall clock shattered on the floor downstairs. It had fallen at the exact moment I was lured onto the terrace. A coincidence? Maybe. But I can't shake the feeling that the crash wasn't random. It felt like a distraction, like something needed me away from my room so I wouldn't hear it move behind me. I still live here, but now whenever I hear my name being called, I wait for the second time, because they say a mimic can copy the voice, but it can never copy the soul.